Undoubtedly, you're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup could be a drag-em-out brawl as both teams rank in the top 10 in fewest yards allowed. The Giants are top 10 in defensive yards allowed, and they're going up against the Ravens offense that will have a lot to deal with. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 6 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a carry here for Terrence West. And room there to work it inside the 25. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And his first look is incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
This is West. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Only a yard of the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. Flacco. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So it's our visitors who make the first dent in the scoreboard as they get 3 here on the initial drive of the ball game.
Yeah, it's hard to say who actually won that opening drive. On the one hand, anytime you can come in as a road team and get an early lead, you're going to be thrilled. But at the same time, to have the ball as deep in enemy territory as they did and come away with only 3, that's got to be a little bit of a disappointment.
Looks like the coverage here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. This offense has a lot to account for, but at the top of the defense's list is OBJ.
I'm not sure how you really game plan for him because no matter what you do, he finds a way to uncover himself downfield. And the speed gets it from his mom, a former sprinter at LSU.
And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
Many doubted Eric Weddle coming out of college, but they don't anymore. One of the best, most versatile safeties in the league.
Now they'll throw it with Manning. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Rolling to his left. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, that's the Kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise, because we know.
Touchdown, Giants! Dree Archer with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. The drive begins with a handoff to West. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball. And that way, you often control the game. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. The dive unsuccessful. The big fella can't pick it up. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Ravens taking the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They begin here with a run by West. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Flacco here on second down. He hits West underneath. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to face a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Flacco. And the third down pass falls incomplete. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver, and it brings up fourth down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep is Dwayne Harris here. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that. Rashad Perryman is just gifted athletically, and I know we got to...
And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to one remaining. They come up in an offset eye. Now it's Flacco. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. It's JPP, seventh-year man, Jason Pierre-Paul, in there to drop him for his fifth sack of the year. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. To pass, Flacco. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now the longtime Raven punter, Sam Cook, on to punt it away. Back deep for the Giants, Dwayne Harris. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fighting through. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. And a great spot to start this drive from here. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. Manning going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now, can't he?
Yeah, we just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran taken with the defensive given.
Here's Perkins on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard...
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants add on to their lead. And it's 21-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man now is Danny Woodhead. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's Flacco. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And New York set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
5 yards to go for the offense. 1st down and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Dree Archer, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So Olivier Vernon, nice tackle for loss. He had 18 of those last year for Miami.
And he really emerged in a game against Tennessee last year. Absolutely unstoppable. Almost couldn't be blocked.
Surveying the field. He's going to look deep down the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now Flacco. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now. They've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And that That one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now they'll run it on the toss. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give them 15 more, and it's another first down. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this time out. Now they'll throw it with Manning. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. 3rd down here.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very...
And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. And how about this, a fake? And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Manning now on 1st down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through. And their lead will swell up to 28. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. To return, here's Michael Campanaro. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 40. Now they'll run it on the toss. And an alley to run. 18 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a New York first down.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Down to the 25. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. 3rd down and 8 now.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it. And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second and 10. Flacco once more. And he comes back with one complete. Now the ball comes loose. and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Manning to throw on second down. Flush to his right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They come out here in the I. And the offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's first and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Manning now on third and goal. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Beckham with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw, finding time. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Manning completes it to Aguilar. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Corey Grant, his second touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. And Manning, and he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Eli Manning taking it in. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Flacco here on second down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from.
And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 55 yards. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Flacco. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Flacco. And his throw here is incomplete. And now on, is it 4th down? No, it's 3rd down. And the field goal unit is out onto the field. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things, because it...
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. And now Baltimore Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And hauled in by Pitta. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back. When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited, because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock, because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. Throwing on 1st down is Manning. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. He was looking for his tight end, Crockett Gilmore, there. And it's 2nd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target. Deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Flacco to throw again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about...
Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. New York set to take the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They come out here in the I. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. But that was a really nice defensive play. Fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to roam now. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
The offense is in total control right now. And while they don't want to be in anything close to a hurry-up, they want to make sure they do things with discipline now. Get to the line of scrimmage, line up correctly, take time off the clock, snap the ball late in the play clock, and run the game out.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Here's Flacco. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Manning gonna throw here. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. And this one is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 4th and 4.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. The Giants do snap it. It's Manning. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Incomplete on 1st down. Now Flacco on 2nd. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Flacco. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And New York set to now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Manning looking to throw it. Being chased out left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive experience.